Hey folks, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with another edition of Finding Winners NBA edition for a Wednesday, Hump Day, May 5th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. All right, we're going to kick it off here with the SBI, and what I do in this segment, guys, is I'm finding winners for you. I'm going to look at some of the angles in the NBA, the hottest teams, the favorites, the underdogs, the overs, the unders. But before we do that, we got to think about money management, right? Looking at the favorites right now in the NBA, we are hitting at a 73.7% clip. And I say it all the time in these videos. Anytime you get like a MLB All-Star game, a trade deadline, NHL, NBA All-Star game, after the All-Star game, favorites just go on a crazy run. And look at this, the last 7 days, 73.7% of favorites are winning, and they're covering too. They're actually covering. Look at this. 57.9 of the favorites are covering the spread in the last 7 days. 54.1 of the overs have come in. And if you look at the season, 51.8 to 48.3 to the unders. But if you are betting right now in the NBA, if you're betting straight up, I recommend 3 units at this point. I base my units on 1 unit, my lowest, to 5 units, my highest. And if you're betting point spread, we're in a bull market right now in the last 7 days, so I would not recommend betting favorites at 5 units right now. I'd scale down to 2 to 3 units as we are now bullish in the in that cycle for the point spread, 57.9%, and on the season we're 51.7. So you see where I'm going there is we're hot right now. I say it all the time: buy low, sell high, and you can see. You know, you're not going to buy at the highest point, right? You want to buy at the lowest point, but now is not a good time to be betting 5 units, betting on sports. All right, let's take a look at yesterday in the NBA. 6-1 to the favorites. In fact, look at this. All the green tells you the favorites are actually crushing it. But yesterday, first day in a while, the underdogs took the day. Maybe the reversal started, but prior to that, look at all the green for the favorites. So be careful if you are betting on favorites. All right, let's take a look at some of the hottest teams right now in the NBA. I'm going to go back a couple of weeks. In fact, I'm going to go back until, let's go back to April 21st. April 21st, we're going to go, let's see who the hottest teams are, home or away, since April 21st. Teams that you want to be looking at to make you money. So April 21st, le 21 avril, for all my French speaking fans, or not fans, sounds like I'm followers, I guess. All right, April 21st to May, and we're gonna go to April 4th. Yeah, yesterday. All right, so let's take a look at all the teams in this range. So right now, Boston 3-4 straight up, but 2-5 against the point spread. So the last couple weeks, the Boston Celtics have not been a great team to be betting on, but not bad to the over, right? 5-2 to the over. Brooklyn 4-4. Brooklyn tough loss last night in Milwaukee, but 2-5-1 to the under, depending what total you got last night. I know that 242. That's what it landed on. I had 241, so I got lucky there. New York's been good. 5-1 against the point spread and 5-1 to the over. Philadelphia 5-3 straight up, 4-3-1 against the point spread. Toronto, Chicago 2-6. You know, the C-type teams, right? Remember I say it all the time. You can't trust C-type teams. Teams that are below 500. It's just they you know, they're not your friend. they're not a bettor's best friend. All right, Detroit 1-7, 3-5. Indiana 4-3. But look at Indiana. They've been playing a lot of. I've been betting a lot of overs on Pacer games. 6-1 to the over the last 2 weeks. Milwaukee 6-2. Milwaukee's starting to flex their muscle. They're starting to realize that it's almost playoff time, right? And now that you're seeing Giannis play way better as a team. Milwaukee is playing better as a team, and Giannis playing really good too, right? He got the best out of Durant yesterday. Durant, you know what? There was one instant last night in the fourth quarter. He had 2 chances to make 3 points. You saw it, and he missed both of them. So normally Kevin Durant don't miss those shots, right? So right now Durant has got to find that rhythm, got to find that confidence, because come crunch time, he normally makes those shots, right? You saw it yesterday, fourth quarter, and he just missed those. And one of them, he didn't even hit the rim. It was like a brick. All right, Miami 7-1 to the over. I had the over yesterday, Miami and Dallas. That was my 5-star best bet. So that was a nice winner. And this is where I get these winners. I find finding winners, right? I get into these research and development modes, and I find these needles in a haystack. and it leads to winners. Orlando 6-1 to the over. Also, Washington 6-2. Denver 6-2. Denver's playing good. Under. Denver's playing good, but they don't cover. Look at that, 3-5. If you can get them at a 3-point or less on the money line, that's where you might want to consider. 6-2 to the under. Minnesota 4-1 against the point spread the last couple of weeks, and these low market team, but they're a C-type team, right? Even though they're they're doing well, can you trust a C-type team? I don't. Portland, Oklahoma 1-7. Utah 4-3, 3-4 against the point spread, 2-5 to the under. So they haven't been really that well lately. Clippers winning yesterday, but not covering. They 3-3, 0-6 to the under though. The one thing with the Clippers though, with the Kawhi there, they're going to play defense, right? 6-0 to the under last couple weeks. So if you've been betting the under on the Clippers, you're smiling like a butcher's dog right now. Phoenix 6-2 to the over and 6-2 straight up. Phoenix, they're probably the team to beat in the Western Conference right now, playing with a lot of confidence. Houston 1-6, Memphis 3-5, and New Orleans 5-3, 6-2 against the point spread the last couple of big win yesterday against Golden State. That was a back-to-back game against the Warriors, right? So let me see here. New Orleans, Golden State. Yeah, so right here, the last couple of games against Golden State. A lot of good game last night for New Orleans. All right, so those are your hottest teams straight up against the point spread and over-unders the last 2 weeks. Now, who's been the best favorite? Who's been the best favorite to be betting on the last couple of weeks? So let's take a look at this. And I'm looking for teams that, value teams like the New York Knicks, right? As a favorite, 2-0 the last couple of weeks. Brooklyn, 4-0. Teams you can trust. Philly, 5-0. But these are teams that are, your top guns right now. These are your teams that should be winning, right? These are teams trying to win the first place division. Let me see here. Indiana, 4-0. Now, even though they're a C-type team, but when they're in the role of a favorite, 3-1 straight up, 4-0 against the point spread, 3-1 to the over. The Bucks 6-2, 5-2-1. I think the Bucks are a team you can trust right now. 2-5-1 to the under. Atlanta only 2-2 as a favorite though. Only 2-2 as a favorite the last couple of weeks. Washington 4-0. I think Washington could be a nice play tonight against Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee playing 2 games against Brooklyn could be a letdown spot here emotionally, but I think Washington could be a point spread play here tonight. Portland 3-2. Let me see here. Utah to the under. Look at Utah as a favorite in the last 2 weeks to the under, 5-1. And let me see. Lakers are hurting right now. 0-4 against the point spread the last 2 weeks. 6-1 Phoenix straight up, 4-1 against the point spread. And who else here? Memphis 1-4. Be careful on the Grizzlies. Hey, be careful. 1-4 as a favorite, so a team you can't trust right now. And when in doubt, get out. That's my thing. If you don't trust the team, just get out. Don't touch that game. Now, who have been the best underdogs the last 2 weeks? Let's see who's been the best dog. Brooklyn 0-4 as an underdog, straight up and against the point spread. But look at that to the under, right? If they're a dog, you might want to consider them to the under, but you won't catch them as a dog probably now until they play those top teams. Philly 0-3. Yeah, it's hard to trust these top teams. Look, you know what's surprising? As an underdog, they don't even have a win in the last couple of weeks, so that's not a good way to enter the playoffs. Going on in an underdog role, can't win those games straight up. Chicago's got 2 wins as a dog. Come on, Philly, you got to pick up your socks here. Cleveland 1-6. Even Cleveland's got to win as a dog. Detroit has got to win. Man, Philly, what are you doing? Indiana 0-3, but 3-0 again. There's that. See, when you do these videos and you do these research, things that keep sticking up, right? Indiana over. So when you're thinking Indiana, think of the over. Miami, not even they haven't been a dog yet in the last couple of weeks. Orlando 6-1 to the over. See, another one here, another like Indiana, right? Over. Denver, Minnesota 3-1. See, we talked about Minnesota again, 3-1. So keep an eye on Minnesota. And who else do we have here? As dogs, Sacramento 4-1. My buddy Buckets 4-1 to the point spread. So Sacramento's been a good team the last couple weeks against the point spread. San Antonio 1-5 as a dog, but 3-3. All right, let's take a look at some of the situational handicapping for tonight. So let's go to game number 1. You got Boston. So what I do now is I'll normally look at situational, but I'm looking for, see, the bookmaker, when he does his line, he's got to look at the last short-term cycles, long-term cycles, and, the old Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? And you got to look at the last couple of games, and the more the team that's gone on a winning streak or losing streak, there's value in both those things, right? If a team's on a 5-game win streak straight up or against the point spread, then you got to start thinking there's more value betting against them because public confidence is high, and when confidence is high, normally the tipping point is ready to occur. So, for instance, Boston's last 5 games have gone over the total, so I'm thinking under. So when I see something like this, I say, okay, let me see if I can find if there's a good angle to the under. So let's do, so they're a favorite tonight. So let's do favorites. Favorites coming off 5 or more unders. So let me move this here. So let's go favorites coming off 5 or more unders, overs. 5 or more overs right here. And let me see here. Been 2 ATS losses. And let's see. I don't like putting too many situational queries into this because then I feel then you get away from the root of what you're trying to look for, right? The root angle. It's like a directory, right? It's like when you're doing your remember if you ever took a DOS and computer DOS, they always talk about the root directory. And as soon as you get more directories, then you lose. I think you lose the how can I say that? The total value of the big picture. Maybe that works, right? All right, let me see here. 6-1 to the over, so they tend to keep going over. So Boston over. Look at that. Favorites 5 or more overs coming off 2 ATS. Oh, did I put wins? Crap. Let's do a loss. I meant loss. 5-0. Oh, even better. All right, so sometimes it does pay to make a little mistake in your queries, eh? How about the last 2 years? Let's see if the last 2 years will be nice to us here. The last 2 years. 7-2. Okay. Might have an angle here. And Orlando, remember we kept going through the database? Orlando's been good to the over. This is what I mean. When you do these research, things that stay in your subconscious that you could probably take out 8-5. Okay, still over. It's still over. The progression is not as strong. This is what I mean, right? As soon as you start adding and adding, it either you go strong, 10-8. Still, well, look at this, 15-3 straight up, 13-5 against the point spread as a favorite. Not bad. All right, and look at that, 13-7, 11-9. All right, there you go. You got a nice play here tonight, maybe on the over between Orlando and Boston. All right, there you have it, folks. That's the NBA Finding Winners edition today for a Wednesday, hump day. It is May 5th. Don't forget, you can get my top plays, my best bets each and every day right here at atsstats.com. In fact, I had a pretty good night last night in the NBA. I think I only had one play in the NBA last night, and it was the over in Dallas, Miami. Yeah, over 215, and it was a winner. So, folks, if you're interested in my top plays, my best bets, it's only $99 for the year, 27 cents a day. And you get my top plays. You get my best bets. It's one of the best deals in the industry, and you can get it right here at atsstats.com. Finding Winners edition, May 5th on Hump Day. Have yourself a great rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report. Cheers.